Amini is an African environmental data company, and our vision is really to use data as a seed for transformation for the African continent and the rest of the global south. We believe that data is critical to any major economic transformation, and our entire mission is to collect, aggregate, and transform raw data in Africa in actionable insights to enable better decision makings for actors across the value chain. We've always wanted to enable others to build on top of our platform. This has always been a mission since the inception of the company. So today for us is a major milestone because we are releasing the first version of Amini Lite, which is literally our developer sandbox. Amini Lite allows developers to interact with our platform, upload their local context, interact with our data, extract insights, but also be able to aggregate and fusion and access a data catalog of billions of data points. Today is the first version of Amini Lite. We will continue to expand feature on feature, week on week. We will continue to interact with the developer community. And for us, we really look to you to provide us the feedback on what you need, what you are looking for, so that we make sure that we enable you to build the solutions that will solve the most pressing challenges in your communities and your countries.
Currently, within the market, there are different technologies that are used by geospatial engineers to actually do analysis. So you find situations whereby these different platforms, some of them are hard to use, some of them there's uncertainty of the continuation of their use, and some of them are outmoded with the current state of technology that we have.
The thing with Amini Lite is that we've put a lot of emphasis on the developer experience, making it very, very easy to use. You do not have to have a geospatial background to be able to process satellite imagery. You do not have to have a data science or a machine learning background to be able to run predictive analytics. And you do not have to have a technical background to be able to download data and analysis for your day-to-day business. So the whole purpose of Amini Lite is really to lower the barrier to entry to any sorts of environmental data analysis that you can run. In terms of use cases, you would think about things that are tied to agriculture, things such as crop monitoring, understand soil health, crop health, but also even explore areas where forest has been deforested, or explore places to restore the natural landscape and the natural ecosystem. All this you can actually get started today with Amini Lite. Data is information. So anyone across the value chain needs information. If you think about the data we can generate, if you look at anything from crop health to soil health, that can be generated for a couple of farms, for example. That same data actually can go to an insurance company. That insurance company can use that data to design crop insurance products that are adapted to the farmers in this specific context. That same data can go to a bank. A bank can use the exact same data to be able to provide loans against assets to the farmers in that area. That same data, if you aggregate it at a country level, can go to a government. A government can use this data to forecast crop production, better food security, and climate resilience in their country. That same data goes to a climate financier who is using that data to understand how to regenerate large landscape and where to invest, where is going to be the largest impact that they will have. And ultimately, when we think about community and when we think about data and information, it has to go back in the hands of the farmers and the population in a way that's accessible and digestible for them.
The advantage that the Amini Lite has over all these other platforms that are out there, it's majorly two. First, the promise of getting all this data down to Africa for everyone who needs it at the level that they need it. And the second one is we are not just providing data like everyone else does. We're not just getting satellite data and publishing it and then giving it out just at that level. We are doing further analysis on this data, and that is what we actually give out.
When you think about the power of data and the vision for us, for our company, and what we want to enable is truly this end-to-end transformation throughout this entire value chain. But it does start with the developers because someone has to take the leap and say, I'm going to use that data. I've seen a problem in my community. I've seen a challenge that I want to support and solve, and I want to be the one building it. So if you are that person, come to us, join our Slack channel, join our Discord, interact with our team. You'll have people, brilliant people within the company that come from all corners of the global south and are willing to help you and take you along this journey and work with you. And we are also very, very keen to listen to your feedback and work with you in building a very solid roadmap of features that will empower you to build the solutions that you need.
My name is Wayne Maranga. I'm a final year civil engineering student at the University of Nairobi, and I'm also a software developer in ML and AI. Today we came to do an alpha test for Amini's Amini Lite platform. I'd say Amini Lite is a web-based platform that eases the access and analytics of geodata. A usual workflow would be importing the data from one source, doing the analytics in a different software, but Amini helps you do that all in one go. I'd use it for accessing topographical data in my civil engineering work, especially for highways. We need topographical surveys for highway design. We need to pick features like vegetation, topography, and terrain. So if I needed satellite data, I'd use Amini Lite. On the Amini Lite front-end experience, I'd like to change the presence of guides and tutorials throughout the experience. Maybe example workflows before I do my first one. And also add more error handling or better explanation of what's going wrong in case something fails. In the future, I'd like to use Amini Lite for geotechnical data. That's for soil before doing construction. So I'd like to know the soil's bearing capacity, the soil's bearing ratio, the soil's drainage capacity, maximum dry density. I think in the future I'd use Amini Lite before I go on site to take samples. So I'd like to know either a predictive value or something close to that from Amini Lite. I really liked being at Amini today, testing Amini Lite, loved being around the team, and I think it's a really good team and the product will be just as good as the people behind it.
Hi, my name is Ivy Bashtonjo, a student from the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, studying geospatial information science and focusing on climate action in relation to carbon and majorly carbon sequestration. I would describe Amini Lite as a nice platform that allows you to do data access, especially for people who don't like to code or don't have experience. So you can just enter the coordinates you want and receive the data you want, whether it's vegetation indices or an image, which is very nice. I would like to use Amini Lite to do applications such as forest fire monitoring or forest extent monitoring, which is one of the big challenges that we have. We're losing forest cover to degradation, and it would be a nice way to use the platform. We're able to monitor how the forests are growing or shrinking. The indices that I would like to see on Amini Lite, I have two in mind. I have the Vegetation Health Index, VHI, and the Leaf Area Index, which are very useful indices when it comes to biomass calculation and vegetation health monitoring. I'm very happy to see Africans coming up with solutions for Africans because we have unique requirements, which is nice that we finally have a product that we can call our own.
My name is Roy Chelal. I'm currently the head of GIS at Collection Africa Limited. One of the biggest problems we've had before is the accessibility of data. And not only accessibility of this data, but also being able to manipulate and work on this data without necessarily having to have the technical expertise. If I can be able to sit back in my office and be able to get information or some data over a web platform without that technical knowledge, then this is the way to go. I would use it, for example, in predictions, especially in crop modeling. I would be able to use that in predicting crop yields. I would use a mini product in predicting natural disasters, for example, if floods, those kind of situations. I would also be able to use and monitoring things like climate change. What I've seen with Amini Lite today is sort of a game changer, especially in what we are looking at. Because first things first, if I can be able to access information and all this geospatial data without a lot of technical expertise, because when you're working with a number of county governments, for example, or a number of communities, then you require a lot of people. And if someone with some technical knowledge, not necessarily well experienced can be able to conduct some tests, can be able to download some data, and be able to provide meaningful information. That, of course, improves the outreach. My words, or my last words, would be I look forward to the overall launch to the outside world of this very beautiful product. I believe this is going to be a game changer.